Good grief. I'm not around anybody, I'm fine. That's better. Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in Northern Illinois, and today I'm doing a review of the glossy carbon fiber dash and glossy carbon fiber tail spoiler from RPM Tesla. And actually, this beautiful weather is part of my video for today. And what I mean by that is I've actually had these parts for the last 2 or 3 weeks or so, and Mark from RPM Tesla sent them to me to review. And now I shoot videos maybe every other day or so throughout the week because I'm in my car so much. However, that's just the talking portion of the video. Any product video or review video or technical video or whatever, I typically will shoot on the weekends just because I have more uninterrupted time. Well, any of you locals know that it has been absolutely downpouring the last few weekends here in Northern Illinois, and it's been insane. So I get ready to shoot a bunch of technical videos only to have it start pouring. And when I installed these parts, it was pouring rain. I received them from Mark. I was all excited to get them installed in the car, so I installed them, but it was a downpour. I mean, I'd open the door, run to my shop, run back to the car, and I was soaking wet, and I'm wiping down the interior. It just was not conducive to do a video. So now that we finally have nice weather, I'm going to go ahead and shoot the video. So the background to this is Mark from RPM Tesla connected with me regarding the adjustable screen mount kits that I manufacture. This was, I don't know, a month and a half or so back. And so we worked out an arrangement that he could become a distributor for me as well as an installer. He is the nation's only installer that I endorse for installing these kits. And so he obtained a couple of the kits from me. He actually just ordered them paid retail off my Shopify page. You know, he ordered them as a customer, and we connected and began talking. And so now he is a distributor for me as well as an installer. And then he sent me a couple products to test out. I'd love to do more testing for him in the future. But the two products he sent me again were the glossy carbon fiber tail spoiler and the glossy carbon fiber dash. Now he asked if I wanted matte finish or glossy. I prefer glossy. I think it just it looks nicer. It looks a little bit more classy. And also he has a few different style tail spoilers, and I picked the one that looks pretty much like the OEM Tesla tail spoiler. I didn't want to go too ridiculous with it and have it get a spoiler that was more extravagant. I wanted something that blended seamlessly with the car, and this spoiler definitely does. So I went ahead and unboxed them. Guys, so this is the way the dashboard comes. It's wrapped in foam and then wrapped in bubble wrap and with extra packing in the box, and it's got this blue protective film on it that you peel off and to reveal the carbon. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that and show you guys. So wow, 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 wow. I can't even express to you guys how beautiful that is. I chose to get it in glossy. So this is the glossy finish. And let's see here how it wraps around the edge. Don't know if you can see that there or not. But what they do is they remove, I know how these dashes are put together, and they remove this panel from the plastic substrate and then wrap it in carbon, then reinstall it. And the reason I know that is these dabs of adhesive are there to hold it on. Normally these are heat bonded from the factory, so that shows me that they removed this wood panel completely from this to wrap it in carbon and bake it down and then reinstall it. So couldn't be happier, and I'm going to go ahead and install it on the car. Now, for those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, you may know that I have mounted right here a screen for the Scan My Tesla app, and I actually have to drill holes in the dash to install that. Not 100% sure if I'm going to do that through the carbon here or not. I'll probably install this without the screen first just to see how it looks. So, totally thrilled with it. So here is the carbon fiber dashboard installed, and it is absolutely gorgeous, just like the spoiler. In fact, I would say that this is even nicer finish than the spoiler. And so just a quick heads up, if you guys are curious, I'm not going to do an install portion on this video. I already have this installed. I don't want to be installing and removing it a bunch, but these are super easy to install. What you do is you just pop off this side cover, which is just snapped on. You would just put a screwdriver, or I use a plastic bicycle tire lever that you can get in any bicycle shop, but just a regular screwdriver works. You pop this side cover off. There's one on each side. And then I go ahead and open the glove box. And once the glove box is opened, then I take my hand and hit up, just boom, upward like this, and it unsnaps the dash off. And then you can unsnap, unsnap, unsnap all the way across, and then pull, and the whole dash, this silver piece along with this whole cap and the front edge, all remove as one unit. Then the new one you put on, push down, and then snap down along the edge and reinstall the side caps, and that's all that's required for the installation. So I definitely couldn't be happier. All right, so you can see the carbon fiber spoiler installed on the car, and it is true carbon fiber all the way through. When you take it out of the box, it weighs almost nothing. You can even see on the back side that it is carbon fiber all the way around. It's not a thin carbon fiber covering over a plastic core. It is solid carbon fiber, and it looks pretty much OEM, like the Model 3 Performance spoiler right from Tesla looks. So this is, I couldn't be happier with it. The way it installs is on the back side there's adhesive, and you peel the adhesive off and you merely put it on the back of the car and press real hard to install it. You can look at the instructions that RPM Tesla gives for the spoiler, but it's pretty easy. What I ended up doing is I left the adhesive cover on, and I put the spoiler against the trunk, and I observed that it overhangs maybe ½ inch or whatever, 12 to 15 millimeters, something like that on that side versus the, the edge of the taillight here. And I just made sure that it overhung the same on both sides. I put a piece of tape, just normal removable masking tape on one side and then on the other. And with the spoiler just not mounted but held in place to make sure it was spaced correctly, so that when I peeled the adhesive off and pressed it on, it was automatically centered properly. So it fit correctly without any issues. It literally took 60 seconds to install, and let me tell you, it is on there strong. I mean, I actually pulled down on it to close the trunk lid, and it's on there. In fact, it's on there so good I'm almost concerned about how do you remove it. But anyway, it's nice and sturdy, and I couldn't be happier with it. So as you can see, they're boxed very, very well. The boxes are very oversized. There's big blocks of foam stuffed in the boxes to assure that both the curved shape of the tail spoiler isn't spoiled, nor is the shape of the dash. You pull them out, they're covered in plastic. I mean, they're wrapped in bubble wrap and tape and adhesive plastic. I mean, they are really packed well. So you pull them out of the packing, and they're super easy to install. I've had a few people ask me if there's glare coming off the dash. That was another reason why I didn't want to do a review video immediately upon receiving these. Number one, again, the weather was poor, but number two, I know that glare is a concern for people. I get that question all the time with the adjustable screen mount kit. I've never had any sun glare come off the screen ever. I've had a couple people mention they have. Those are always people that are shorter in stature, and so they're looking at it at a different angle than I am. But glare, I know as an aftermarket manufacturer myself that glare can be a concern. So is there glare coming from the dash? Twice I've had a little bitty speck of glare come off the center in front of the steering wheel, only aiming in a certain direction at a certain time of day. Oh, there's a Model 3, and they waved. Only at a certain time of the day, driving in a certain direction, there's a teeny little spot. And it's only happened to me twice. And I drive my car 140 to 160 miles a day. So glare really isn't much of a concern. I have had a number of people point out the glossy dash in my previous videos and ask about it and tell me that they ordered the satin dash just because of glare concerns. I can appreciate that. You know, if you don't want any glare ever, then you could get a satin finish carbon dash. But my glossy dash, again, I've only had glare a couple times, and it was a really, really tiny little spot right in front of the steering wheel. I mean, it was nothing, so I'm not worried about that at all. But I wanted to get a number of days of use under my belt, number of sunny days, and we've only had a few of those, so I could comment on glare or no glare or whatever. Now, I wanted to comment on the fit and finish. They are incredible. I mean, incredible. When I sight down the dash, there are a couple of teeny little spots that aren't absolute perfection, but that's only viewable because I got the glossy dash. There's really tiny, I don't even want to call them ripples because you can't even feel them, but I would say that a $3 million Koenigsegg hypercar might have slightly better surface finish, but I mean, this is beautiful. When Mark told me he was going to ship me a couple carbon parts, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to like only show them from certain angles or whatever, because I've molded carbon fiber before. I used to do carbon fiber manufacturing. I did a little bit of molding, mostly CNC cutting of already molded and cured flat carbon fiber panels. I've worked with carbon quite a bit, and carbon can be finicky to get a nice glossy surface finish. And so I thought, well, I'm going to have to kind of show them just from certain angles, and I'm gonna have to be real careful in how I represent this, and Mark's a good guy and I want to make sure I do his products well. There's none of that. I mean, it is beautiful. I don't have to hide anything. I mean, I would call them 99.9% perfect. So if you guys are concerned about the fit and finish or the quality of the parts, you don't have to worry about that. Also, the dash panel, it is not a snap-on cover. You'll notice in my my unboxing part of the video that they actually take, RPM Tesla takes a factory Model 3 dash that they buy from Tesla, and they remove this plywood or whatever wood veneer section, which is not easy, by the way. It's held down with, I didn't count them, but maybe 40 or 50 plastic welded little tabs along the bottom. I know that because when I wrapped mine in Alcantara, I brought the dash into an upholstery shop, and he and I went over it. We went over the difficulty he was going to have in wrapping that in Alcantara. So you have to remove this cap from the factory dash, and I don't know if he delaminates the wood off of it. I would assume so, to make room for the carbon. Then they wrap it in carbon fiber, mold it, cure it. Then they reinstall it onto the entire Tesla dash from this silver part around to this silver edge. You get that whole dashboard. This is not just a carbon fiber cap that you set down. It's a whole dashboard. It is molded as part of the dashboard. So it's a substantial part. I'd never, even though I didn't like the plywood or the wood veneer, hence me wrapping mine in Alcantara, even though I didn't like that, I wasn't willing to just get a cap. I know you can get them inexpensively, or a wrap that looks like carbon or whatever. I don't like, and this is just for me, just my preference, I like a part that is carbon fiber, isn't just a snap-down cover. Now, you know, for some things that might be okay, but for whatever reason, my just engineering mind, I wanted the dash to be molded, the carbon to be molded onto the dash, and that's what we have here. So that's what I like about it. The tail spoiler looks amazing. I haven't noticed any efficiency difference, either good or bad. I haven't noticed any stability difference, but then again, I don't drive 140 miles an hour on a racetrack, so I just got it for the aesthetic part. But I'm very, very thrilled with it. I can't stress that enough, how happy I am with the carbon dash and tail spoiler. And I've only ever heard good things from everyone that has seen them. So, also, the price is pretty reasonable. I believe the carbon dash is $4.99, and I don't remember the cost of the tail spoiler, but they vary in price depending on what you want. Also, Mark does often offer discounts, 20% and that kind of thing. I'm not getting paid anything to promote these. I'm not getting an affiliate fee per sale or anything like that. I just don't do that. I've never done that on my channel. But full disclosure, Mark did send me these for free. So, but I appreciate Mark, and he's been very kind to me. He's given me a lot of technical info regarding the upgrades and that they sell. He and I have worked together quite a bit on how best that he could market the adjustable screen mount kits. I still sell them on my Shopify page. He has them on his page as well. I think he offers bundle discounts and that kind of thing, so go check him out for an adjustable screen mount kit also if you'd like. So anyway, couldn't be happier, and you know, they're good products. Also, a couple of locals that I've gotten connected with turned me on to RPM Tesla and the quality of their products. And so I know that as with my screen mount kits, sometimes there can be shipping delays and that kind of thing. It's because they sell very good products. So if they're out of stock on something, it's worth the wait. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you all. And I got a bunch of cool videos coming up. I'm going to be doing a video on my high-performance electric bicycle that I built a few years back. I'm breaking it out of mothballs today. The large 4x4 skateboard that I built, that's been broken out of mothballs, put new batteries in it and that. So I've got some technical videos coming up, as well as you'll see a resurgence of videos on the Mini Model S. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you all, and as always, stay charged. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.